Okay, so just getting ready to put the brake back on the bike, and my new shoes are installed, and all I'm doing is just taking a straight file and just filing a bit of an angle into the leading edge of the shoe. I put a little bit into the trailing edge too, but it's the leading edge that I really want to get at. So just kind of carefully getting in there and just making short strokes and working it down. I had fit it once already, and it's very tight in there, so I adjusted the rod that goes between the two trunnions and got it fairly loose. So let's see how this goes here. It might have been, I think, binding up a little bit on this here, but we'll see, because when I look at the assembly, these cams are perfectly straight with the edge of the shoe, so that's pretty well what I want. I mean, they're not going to get any closer than that. So it's going to be tight, and maybe what'll happen is I'll get it as adjusted as I can, get it on the bike, pull it up with the front handle there, and finish my final adjustments before I lock it down. So anyway, I'm going to just kind of put a little bit of a bevel into these guys here, so that it's not quite the sharp edge that the shoe comes with, biting into the drum. So how's that look? Oh, it looks pretty good if I look down. Get a little bit more on that. Shouldn't need to take a lot off. I think that should be more than enough. So let's get this vacuumed up. Sorry for the noise. Just wanted to get that out of the way while I still had the dust in mind. So anyway, so there it is. Just the smallest of bevels. Just a little bit there. I did take some off the trailing edges here, but I already did this one before I turned on the camera, so that one should be good. And then on this side, got it together. It sits like this on the bike when it's mounted on the bike, up and down. This is the top. So I made it so there's just a slight angle down. From the literature that I've read and the way that it was before, it shouldn't have to move a lot, like especially now with new brakes. So you don't want this to come up past the 90 degrees with this. So if straight down, 90 degrees to that, it should never go beyond that point, because then it starts to lose mechanical efficiency. But there's no way it's going to go that far. This bike now with the new brakes, you know, like I'd be surprised if you got an eighth or even well, you should get an eighth, but maybe a quarter of an inch movement out of it. That should come up pretty tight, pretty darn quick. But I left the nuts loose. So this top one is the opposite thread. So you can see as I'm looking down at the top here, I'm turning this lock nut clockwise and it's unscrewing. So you turn it clockwise to screw it in. One thing I did notice with these is that, because of course the trunnions move a little bit, the end of these nuts had gotten flared over the years. So I took them off and I just put a little bit of a camphor around the edge of those as well, so they'd go back down. Not much, nothing. I didn't take off a lot of meat, but they had flared out, and you could visibly see them when you held them by the side. So yeah, so that's that one. And then I had been adjusting this in and out while it was on the bike to make it looser and tighter and that sort of thing. So I'm going to shut you off and move you over, and let's get this installed in the drum in the center hub, and see how we make out.